Hey everybody, welcome back to Matthew Kelly Pottery. I hope you are doing well. Today we get to unload a glaze load from my gas kiln, and I'm excited because I haven't done this in quite a while other than the crystalline pots that I did earlier this year. I have quite a few orders in this kiln and some other special things. Just excited to see what's in here. But I also did run out of gas at the very end of the firing, but I think everything finished out all right. But for those of you who are maybe lack a little bit of patience, here's a quick snippet of the whole video all in one, and then we'll come back to the rest of the video. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed that sneak peek. Probably didn't see much at all, but if you're impatient, there's your 30-second video of the entire video, or the entire process. But now for those who are willing to stick around for the whole thing, or at least more of it, I'm having to wear my gloves because the stuff in the top is still pretty hot. But I decided to try. I was inspired by something I saw on Instagram where I saw some bowls with a lot of dots on them. And I thought, man, I could do that with my rutile and my slip and my gas kiln. So I actually made these special bowls. So first thing I'll show, I made these special bowls. I've never really made this shape before. And I did, each bowl has about like 175 dots on it. The inside doesn't have dots, but it has my rutile blue. And I'm going to make a reel of throwing one of these, show the finished product, and then actually tag the product in the reel. And so I'm going to have probably 25 to 30 of these that are going to be an Instagram exclusive. There'll be a link in the Instagram post where you can anybody can purchase these, like I said, exclusively through Instagram. So gonna see how that works. I have never done that before. I haven't sold anything through Instagram. It's going to link to my website, but it will be tagged in the reel for making when I show that reel of these, which that'll be out very soon. So if you see this video and you want to go follow me on Instagram, just look up Matthew Kelly Pottery on Instagram. You can find me there. And yeah, there'll be a bunch of these on there very soon, as well with a very cool reel of how I made them. At least I hope it's cool. This is the first shape I thought about making, and so I put dots on it, and then I realized I like this little kind of shoulder or the cut in right there at the bottom, so I did that instead. I mean, this one looks cool, but I don't think it looks as cool. Plus, it gives me a neat place to stop doing the dots and then just have that cut in there at the base. So, did a couple mugs with that extreme amount of dots as well. Kind of wild looking. But also did a vase, but that needs a lot more dots to have the same effect, but kind of cool. A couple more of those with dots everywhere. This is not really a combination I've done before, so this is my strontium, crystal magic, the purple inside and then over the rim, and then I did the base in my rutile blue. So you got kind of a cream, blue, purple, and then back to blue. It's kind of cool. Definitely, if you're a purplish blue fan, that is your cup of tea or cup of coffee. Those are sweet. Look at that. That one's really nice there too. Nice, rich. And I love how I get this halo around where the strontium made the red drip, and it turns that like pink halo. Really sets it apart. And I have done this combination before. This is where I've done the strontium crystal magic, the copper red inside and out and over the rim, and then the rutile blue on the base. And these are my swirl mugs, so the rutile blue catches in those swirls really nicely. So here's what it looks like with just the purple. Purple with the strontium crystal magic inside and out. That's a beautiful combination. That one also has that nice halo of like another color there. Gotta love all that cream, red, blue, purple that happens inside there. That's pretty sweet. There's another one with the purple. I also have some pieces in here from our school over the summer. Did a pottery experience day, and so these are some coil pots that some of the students made, glazed in rutile. So they'll be excited to get those. So this, I've also, for that restaurant, I'm doing some soup cups and soup bowls. So this is the larger of the soup bowl, which should hold about 20 ounces. So this is in purple and strontium. That's a nice bowl for soup. Some more copper red and strontium. Pretty. Here's a couple more of the rutile and the copper red and strontium. Here's this girl. I told her, I'm like, man, I need to hire you. Look at that. That was a coil pot she made in like 15-20 minutes. Abigail was like, man, you even like curved it in and like made a vase. I'm like, man, that's impressive. Here's what a piece looks like, just with rutile blue over the whole thing. Rutile blue always shows up well when you have some kind of lines or slip work or something with it, so having that to break up the design is really nice. It's like a light blue jean. That's an 80s blue jean color is what that is. Here's a couple more of these bowls, which are dynamite. Woo. Can't imagine anybody not, well, I guess if light blue and copper's not your color, but can't imagine somebody seeing that and being like, ugh, that is horrible. But, yeah, that's me. Here's another soup bowl. Look at all those colors in there. That's wild. Yeah, shout out to kilnshelf.com for the advancers. Let's see, we had 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22 shelves in there. There's no way you get this many pots in a kiln like this size with regular shelves, so that's exciting. Used all but one of the shelves that I own that are still full shelves, so yeah. This might get a bit repetitive on this shelf, so we'll just show you a couple, and then you can check out my Instagram and the store here soon to see this, the reel and the pots for sale. Yeah, they're all gonna have some variations, so I'll take a picture of a couple of them for the store, but you'll get a variation of one of these if you buy one, or multiples. They're all made the same size according to my gauge, but they're all going to be a little bit different, but that's the beauty of it. Yeah, that's sweet. Here's the soup cup for the Black Lantern Tea Room and Bakery. It's the name of the restaurant. So this is supposed to be a 10-ounce soup cup, and then the other one was the 20-ounce soup bowl. Alright, I think here's the last two. Oh, these turned out really pretty. That darker purpley blue with the dots ran really well. Some of them, the rims didn't get as red, or the red slip didn't show up as much, but it's all part of it. Alright, here's the first set of salad bowls. So these are supposed to be like an entree-sized salad bowl, which I've never really made before. And so I just kind of came up with this design to kind of match the other dishes she already has as far as color and as far as style. So all the dishes she has, most of them, like dinnerware, all have this flat rim. So I made these, like I said, entree-sized salad bowl. Just trying to think of a bowl and how much salad you would need to have to eat to make it a meal. And so that's what I came up with. We got a few different colors in here of these, but this is the same copper or red slip Rutile blue, and then the reason it's brown on the edge here is because I sprayed ash glaze on the rim, and where it oversprays down in, it kind of bleaches out some of that rutile blue and then fades in, and then the outside is just the ash glaze. So, yep, swirl in the middle just to show that off real nicely. Ooh, nice. Here's a another bowl. This girl put our dog's paw print in the middle of the bowl, so it has a Macy paw print in the middle of her bowl. So she slab built that, but then fluted it, and then took Macy and just stuck her paw print in there. So then Justice, my youngest, he had to make an ornament with the same. He got the idea. It's like, oh, now we've got one of our Christmas ornaments for this year. It's kind of a loose interpretation of a dog print there, but it was there. These had rutile blue on them, but they must have been too thin, so they kind of. But they're not bad. They're just little bitty planters. I didn't glaze the inside; just left them raw. But all right, here's two more of the salad. Probably the last two in this color of the entree salad bowls. Turned out really nice. Alright, now we got dinnerware. I've done dinner plates for the Black Lantern as well. So these are same pattern as those salad bowls. And I also used the plate stackers from Kiln Shelf. So these are just these triangular shaped plate stackers where you can stack multiple plates. So I've got 3 of them down here, 2 on this shelf, but just saves you from having a full shelf and having one of these. So that was pretty neat. Yep. Yeah, so here's one that I actually, instead of, most of them I poured the glaze in and like swirled it around, then dumped it out. This one I kind of held and poured it over it, and then turned it and then poured it again. And so you can see the glaze didn't get as thick, and that's why it has this different color to it. Definitely don't like it as much as the others, but it's not ruined. So. Alright, now we have ornaments. In here I have my normal North Carolina ornaments, as well as I did a little bit bigger version of my North Carolina ornament because the last 5 years I've done a fundraising ornament for our local hospice. So these are stamped with Hospice of Piedmont, Hospice of Randolph, and the year 2022 in there. So they buy these from me. I sell them to them at a discounted rate, and then they sell them as a fundraiser for our local hospice. Definitely, if you know about hospice, they do amazing work. They're doing end-of-life care for people, and they do an amazing job. They'll either come to your home or they have hospice houses, and so this is just a way for them to fundraise to help support their work. So really cool. I'm honored that they've allowed me to, and they have an auction every year that I donate a piece to as well. But these ornaments that they've done, they're tedious for sure, having to stamp the back of all these ornaments, but I'm glad to be able to help them out. So there's a bunch of these and a bunch of these in here. I won't show all those. We'll just kind of rake them into a box. So let me get a box and we'll get this cleared off. Alright, here's the last 2 of the rutile blue and red slip plates. You can see even these a little bit lighter on the blue, a little bit more white, probably not quite as hot as the ones that were above it, but still looking pretty good. Here's one of the other designs I did, which the background seems interesting because normally it's more of a goldish color, but this one has the peacock pattern, which it definitely looks different on a flat plate than on a vertical surface, but it's got my blue glaze dots and then the ash glaze around it. Like I said, I normally get more of a goldish brown color, but just probably how thick I spray it on changes all of that. But nonetheless, like I said, they're not bad or ugly. They're just different. Probably could have sprayed a little bit less, like I said, ash on there, and then it wouldn't have been as dark in between the dots there. But those look cool. Not throwing them away. Here's more of these with the peacock pattern. And like I said, the outside is just the raw clay on the bottom, and then the ash glaze on the underside of the rim. And then, like I said, the spray, these have ash over the whole thing to fill in around the dots. Yeah, I had 3 different designs, and she wanted 36 dinner plates. So I have I think I had 13 of each design that I put in the kiln. So like I said, a bit repetitive, but more of the same. But they all have turned out, they've all turned out really nice. So I can't complain at all. I don't see any blisters, any pinholes or anything. They're all nice and flat. I don't stack them inside of each other right now. It probably wouldn't hurt, but they can scratch each other if you do that too much at this point until I get them sanded. But one thing I love about this plate design is you can see by having 2 plates, these are 2.5 pound plates, being able to stack with that only that much space in between the rim is really nice. So that by the time you stack even a dozen plates, you're only going to be, because your first plate's taking up about 1.25 inches and maybe another 1/2 inch for each additional plate. I mean, I love that. And they go in your dishwasher really well. Because we have a brand new dishwasher, and I can tell you those little racks on the bottom of the dishwasher are super close together. It's like, what do they expect you to put in here? Like flat plates? Yeah, still looking really nice. Here's the 3rd design that we're doing, is a swirl. And that is, once again, still really sweet. These I made sure I sprayed a lot on because it looks really good when you get a heavy amount of ash in between the swirl. And so I did that swirl and the glaze on the wheel, and then sprayed the ash glaze on. And there's another one there. A little bitty pit right there, but it's not even sharp, and still has glaze on it, so it's good. One more peacock, and like I said, we're going to Swirl Town now. Here you go. I got an idea. Stare at this circle very closely. You will buy Matthew Kelly pottery. Okay, you can wake up now. I know, it's being a dad. It's dad jokes. I'm sorry. Well, I shouldn't be sorry. My son's like, I'm not going to be like that when I'm a dad. I'm like, bat me. It just happens. Yeah, I did a larger amount of glass on these larger ones because the stamp was bigger. But even on the small ones, depending on what size glass, I just hand cut this glass. You can see the different amount of blue that's around there, and I don't worry too much. I mean, the glass that's on this literally was like this little bitty chunk that was probably like a centimeter cube or a square, and then that one was probably a bit, definitely twice as big probably. But more swirl plates that come out just gorgeous. Yeah, I am not upset with that at all. Alright, here's the other 2 designs of salad bowls. So here's a swirl salad bowl, so it has a swirl in the base and then a blue line here, and then just ash glaze in between. I really love the way that ash glaze turned out in between. And that's just a mixture of red clay and wood ashes that I get from my my wood stove. And then the other design is like a kind of like a wavy pattern with some dots in between, and then ash over the whole thing as well. So you get more ash in the bottom, but then you get this pattern on the vertical surface there. Yeah. Yeah, that just turned out gorgeous this time. Very thankful, especially being it's a custom order that she's going to start using tomorrow. So her menu changes tomorrow. And so, yeah, I needed to get these out today so that she could have them in shop tomorrow to start serving her sandwiches and salads. So, more dinner plates. Like I said, the look changes a little bit from higher up in the kiln until now, but still pretty consistent. Just a little bit, you get a little bit lighter. You don't get as much of the darker brown. You get a lighter brown on the ash glaze. So, Macy, you want to say hi? Come here. Come here. Say hi to everybody. Macy's growing up, aren't you? You say hi? So you got your first pottery in the kiln with your paw print. What do you think about that? Is that cool? You're acting shy. You don't know to look in the camera, I know. Yeah, here's where, at least personally, you may not be able to tell on video, but I can personally tell a big difference in the color of the ash here versus even 1 or 2 shelves up. But like I said, not anything bad, just a difference in color, as well as on the ornaments. You can see on the around the outside where I sprayed the same ash glaze, it's a little bit lighter than it was up top. And I can also just do like a single pass of ash glaze on these, and I'll just get a toasty brown, which I usually like better, but it is what it is at this point. Yep. So there's that wavy pattern with the dots and the swirl in the center. And the last one of those is a swirl. Alright, here's a couple more of the kids items, coil pots. That girl got interesting, turned it from round into a triangle. I think this was Hannah. Yeah, I think she dropped hers, so it was a little bit taller and she dropped it, but she saved it. Oh, here's Justice. That's not a student. Well, it's a student, just wasn't part of the class. He was part of the class because he's my son. And then Autumn, there's one that she made. That one's separated right down in there, but that's all right. It'll still be good for jewelry or something. Yeah, I don't think I think probably losing the gas at the end caused the reduction to let up. Oh, that's wild. It's like mauve, except for that spot, like right where it's pushing the strontium into the red. So these are little planters. There's another one. Has the same kind of effect. That's kind of wild looking. Here's a bowl that you can tell the atmosphere inside the bowl is a bit different than outside, just by the look of it. So here's the purple without great reduction. It kind of turns like a lavender blue kind of color. That one's pretty good, but this one, I actually really like that. I think that's cool. Here's another one. You can kind of tell this side was facing the front where it probably got more oxygen. As well as just the temperature wasn't as hot in the bottom probably. That blue is not supposed to look like that, but it's okay. Just a satin matte finish versus glossy.
You should be able to tell that from the clay body though, right?
This is the Rutile blue, but on a little thin and not good. Not enough heat and not enough reduction. And then there's another red one. Mauve and red. Alright, here's a couple of the soup cups and bowls for the tea room and bakery. They look a little different than they're supposed to because of that temperature change. You can actually see the inside is about the color it's supposed to be, but the outside is more of a matte finish. I'll check with Chelsea and see if she wants these or if she wants me to try to refire them, but they're not bad, they're just not the way I expected them to be. Alright, last two. I actually kind of like that color. Now that I see it, I'm like, oh, I really I'm digging that. I'm not digging it enough that I'm going to fire a whole kiln load at a lower temperature, but I'm digging it. That is actually really pretty. I don't know. Alright, well there you have it. Finished unloading in record time. 30 seconds, right? The whole video done. No, that was just at the beginning. So hope you guys enjoyed the video, and like I said, if you want or interested, well, follow me on Instagram no matter what, but especially if you're interested in any of those bowls, those will be available, but only through the link that's on Instagram. If you go to my website, you won't see them unless you use that link on Instagram. So you can go there, follow me, and when you see that reel come out, there'll be about 25 or 30 available until they're sold out, and that's it. And then I'll figure out something else to maybe try the exact same way if that goes well. And other than that, I do plan to have a online restock of some more pieces, gas-fired stuff, hopefully this month. We'll just have to see. I've got to get some gas delivered first before I can fire this again. But I do have more pieces made to gas fire. And then it's already time to start making pots for the next wood kiln. Just haven't done that yet. We started prepping wood yesterday. Got a bunch of pine slabs stacked and going to split some more hardwood very soon. So yeah, things are in full swing. And yeah, here in Seagrove, the weekend before Thanksgiving, we have our in-person sale as well as the Celebration of Seagrove Potters event. So if you're anywhere close by and want to come to that, there's a whole bunch of pottery available by a bunch of shops here that weekend, and I'll have my kiln opening for wood firing number 9 that weekend. So anyway, hope you guys are have a great day. Thank you all for your support, for following along, Instagram, YouTube, all the places, and we'll see you in the next video. All right, thanks.